Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M18 Hellcat. It's a Tier 6 American tank destroyer, a turreted tank destroyer at that. It's located on the north spawn of Abbey, and this one is under the command of bigoud57. And I see that he's actually from France because he's got the tricolour on the side of his turret and 3 marks of excellence. Game on. Well, obviously, for the fact that he's got a muzzle brake on the end of that barrel, it's definitely the 90mm gun. And that's capable of doing 240 hit points of damage, 160mm of pen with standard ammo, and with the premium rounds, 243mm of pen. He also, HE 320 Alpha, 45mm of pen for those targets of very weak armor. Now, the Hellcat was actually designed later in the war. It started work in 1942, actually started building them 1943. That's when they got the first prototype in April. And they built 2,507 of them during July 1943 to October of 1944. It was the fastest track vehicle in the war, capable of doing 72 kilometers an hour, about 55 miles per hour, I think that is. It was very fast, and it was actually only armed with a 76mm gun, not with a 90mm. There was only one Hellcat ever had a 90mm. That was only for tests only. They tested it on the ranges, and they didn't accept it. They didn't go ahead with the 90mm design. But since it did actually have a 90mm, they've accepted it into the game anyway. Okay. Well, he's gone quite a way forward and not encountered the enemy on this side of the map yet, but look at this. They're lining up to get killed. A nice solid hit there for 216. He's still loading the AP. He could actually load the HE on those guys because it would still go through. Very thin armor on the Striv Viz 39. And he blocked the shot there. That's amazing because the Hellcat really doesn't have much in the way of armor. The front of the turret is only 76.2mm, and I'm not sure where that shell actually went, but he did block it. The actual front of the hull is only 12.7mm, so unless the shell actually hit the tracks, he shouldn't have stopped that shot and blocked it. So he's got 2 kills now, and he's off to the races again. It's surprising that the enemy didn't send any tanks around. Oh, they did. Okay, I'm wrong. Honey 3. He takes the corner there, hoping his teammate's going to back him up. Hello. Pumps 1 in, 259. He's going to take a shot, inevitably, but I hope he's going to beat the reload. Oh, doesn't, but it gets the kill anyway. So he's taken another hit, and now he's lost 262 hit points, but he's now up to 1,000 hit points of damage. Now, one of the interesting things about the Hellcat was it actually had a rotary aircraft engine in it, and got another shot into that guy, turns around behind him, was going to take the kill, but doesn't. Yes, it's got the Continental R975, which is a rotary engine, and it's on a tray in the back. Once you actually disconnect it from the transmission, you can just slide the tray out to do work on it. That's one of the great points about this tank destroyer, was that it could easily be maintained in the field. You didn't actually need to go to the motor pool to actually get it fixed. You could do it on the spot, and they frequently did. And that's why it kept operating even when a lot of the other vehicles actually had to go back to the motor pool just to get their plugs changed or whatever. This thing could get changed in the field by the crew. It wasn't the most liked of all the tank destroyers, though. They still liked the M10 Wolverine more than they did the Hellcat. Whoa! Oh, and he tempted him to come down. And he got ridden over, so he lost some hit points there. But let's have a look. Can he get the kill shot? No, he doesn't get it with this shot, but he just needs to stay so the guy can't come round him. Well, the kill shot to the Nashorn goes to the Chi-He. So good job he was around, but I think we could have helped ourselves to a kill on him. There's still one enemy Arty up there somewhere, a Hummel. We got the gorilla. Oh, well, he's taken out the Stugdrei Ausstellung B, who was waiting around the other side. And there's the Hummel. So he's actually gone down to the riverside. He's actually right next door to the water, and they're indicating that on the mini-maps to say that's where we are. He's got one round of standard AP left, and then he's going to start biting into his premium rounds. You don't carry a whole lot of ammunition with this tank. It's only 30 rounds in total, so you have to be careful you don't blast away at anything, because you could end up losing a lot of precious ammunition that you need later on in the game. Well, the enemy's making a concerted attack on our cap area, so he needs to go into the Abbey itself and shoot from inside there. And he's doing it. Okay, there's plenty of cover here, so he can actually either get behind the wreck or, okay, M4A1 FL10. That's the Egyptian Sherman. Because it was the Egyptians who asked the French to actually do the mechanics on it and put a FL10 turret on it. Going for the Type T34 first. Gets a nice roll. 227. Not a high roll, but pumps one in. Oh, he got a kill on the T6 medium. And he blew the ammunition up. So, yep, that's an ammo rack. And a few return shots are coming in now. So he's decided he's going to have to get closer. And, oh, just narrowly misses seeing the looks. The looks goes down to our bishop, who was just hiding around the corner. And he just drove straight out in the open and got nuked, basically, with a 4.5-inch shell. Now, he thought about going in there. He's actually decided he needs to go over here so he can see the enemy in the cap. And he can see the Churchill. He's probably going to get spotted. No, he wasn't. Amazing. Churchill couldn't see him. And he's got another hit because he got 7 capture points reduced. There he is again. This time he will get spotted. Surely. Maybe we're outside the view range of the Churchill. I think we might be. Well, he's pumping those rounds in. Go for it. Didn't get the kill, but he's actually sitting behind a wreck now. Can we get the shot now? Yes, I think we can. And he gets the kill. And that's his top gun. There's still only one enemy left. But we've got the capture at the other end. They just need to do a reset so we can get the last kill of the game. Will he get it? They finished the capture. He just needs one shot on target. He fails to get it. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for bigoud57 in the Hellcat. He managed to get to Demolition Expert because he blew up the T6 medium. He also got a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, in fact he got 7, and he got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He could have had more. If he killed the Nashorn and the last enemy, then yeah, I think he could have got a Radley Walters out of this game easily. His win rate in the game was 14,166. I guess I'm a bit disappointed that his team didn't recognize that he could get an easy kill that last time. They didn't need to cap out. They could have reset. There was no need for them to cap out. So a bit disappointing on that. But you can see that he did so much in that game. You have to scroll the page to see everything. Let's have a look at team scores. Highest damage, 3,396 hit points of damage. Next highest was the M4A1 FL10, the Egyptian Sherman, got 2,344. And the third highest damage was the Bishop on our team, who got a Starks medal and 1,631 hit points of damage. So very well played for him. And he was found up the other end of the map. Well, he was actually defending the cap area from around the corner. He did the right thing, actually, to move away from the top of the plateau on the cap area, because if he'd stayed there, I think he probably would have been wiped out. 1,631 is pretty good score. When it came to kills, though, you can see it's definitely, again, bigoud57, 6 kills, the highest scored top gun. 4 kills went to the Chi-He, who actually did effectively get a kill steal by taking that Nashorn. He also managed to get the Hummel in the end because he got a Pascucci's medal. He was the one who killed the Grilla, and then he killed the Hummel afterwards. So 4 kills to him. 3 kills went to the M4A1 FL10. That was the tank that was left at the end of the game. He could have taken it because he was very weak, He'd already, I think he'd already hit the guy once at least, but I'm pretty sure with one shot he could have claimed that guy and they would have got the bonus for killing all the enemy team. When it came to base XP, he's the only player to get over 1,000 base in the game, 1,354. The next highest scorer was the M4A1 FL10, who only had 710, but he was on the enemy team. It's the next teammate on his own team who managed to get that score was the Bishop, 667 to him. So you can see how much of a performance that was by bigoud. Really, really rocketed that one. And when it came to details, he fired 19 shots, 18 direct hits on the enemy, 17 penetrations. That's good accuracy, good pen. He used standard ammo. He wasn't using the premium. In fact, he wasn't spamming at all. He was actually using the shells to get accurate shots. He did use some premium. He had to. Ran out of standard shells. But it just goes to show, with the standard shells in the right tier game, you can actually have an effect. This was a tier 6 game with tier 4 tanks in it. So therefore, he was able to get the penetration. In fact, he could have used the HE rounds on quite a few of the enemy tanks and got penetrations with those. 3,396 hit points of damage, 839 of that was at more than 300 meters, so majority of damage at close range. 3 hits received from the enemy, 2 of them penetrated, 1 non-penetration. That was from the Czechoslovakian tank, which one was it now? I'm trying to remember the name. Strodny Viz 39. That was the shell. I'm pretty sure it must have hit the tracks because I couldn't see any mark on the front of the vehicle. But the 2 penetrating shots obviously went straight through the armor because this thing doesn't really have any armor at all, really, so to speak, except for the front of the turret. Everything else is very, very weak. And if you see a Hellcat, you can hit it anywhere on the vehicle. It will probably go through, except the track area. That's the one area that obviously if it hits the tracks, it's just going to block it, the spaced armor. He also got 10 enemy vehicles damaged. So I was right, in terms of the fact that he was likely to get more kills. And he got 6, obviously, to get the top gun. 68 hit points of damage assistance and 67 defense points. So he's just 3 defense points away from getting a defender medal as well. If only he'd left that Churchill 7 in the cap area a little while longer, just a little while, I think he would have got it. On a premium count, he earned 12,495 credits profit, and he also took away 2,031 experience points. So yes, Hellcat Mastery, a nice game, solid, but just goes to show sometimes teams continue to cap, mainly because they just don't have the experience, and they think that a cap is just as good, or capping out is just as good as killing all the enemy. No, it's actually, you get a bonus if you kill all the enemy team. So it really is worthwhile doing so. And in this instance, it would only have taken, I think, 1 shot, and he would have taken out that M4A1 FL10. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.